So, welcome back, nobody. Oh, man. So, today, I woke up at like 8 and my calf cramped so hard. I was literally in agony and it felt like the muscle just broke. And I was just like, and I've been walking funny on it all day. And so I just thought, it's a Saturday, it doesn't matter, I'll just sort out all these videos I've recorded from before. I have like 10 sessions, it's no problem. And some fucking how, I don't know if I accidentally deleted the wrong thing, or I just never hit record, and I just was talking to the fucking thin air whilst recording one session. But I was recording the Spider Queen boss session for Akami, and I don't have a file to remux from OBS, and I don't have any data proving I ever did that. I'm starting to wonder if it was just a fever dream. So, like any sane person, I ate 180, 90 kwai, which is about 19 pounds of Indian food, and now I feel like I'm kind of like dozy and sort of high because I get like that off of spicy food. What better time to drive? Hey, I came sick from this. I didn't do this one. Let's fail. 998. 999s that are all the same, just different brand names. Let's have the 998. Oh, wait, what was the other one? Oh no, it's fine. hmm. So what was I saying? Yeah, so I've always had this weird thing. It's why I like spicy food so much, but like also just food with certain herbs and spices in, where I feel a little bit like woozy and kind of like weirdly chill, but kind of like mildly like this kind of mild high feeling that's really, really mild, like really mild, but like makes me feel kind of comfortable that I always get off of certain spice combinations. The first time I got it, it was real bad. It was really pronounced. I never had it as bad since. Was one time I went to Nando's when I was like 14, and I went ha 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 because I think I was like with the lads, and I was like ha 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 ha. I'll have the extra hot, and then they were like really, and then I chickened out and went down to like just the one below the super extra hot. Everything will turn into fire lava. And this was before I ate spicy food really at all. Very first time I used to just eat bland ass British food the whole time. And I was walking around at Nando's feeling like I was going into some sort of fugue state. I was just floating around, didn't know where I was. And yeah, I like spicy food because it seems to, if I get it too spicy, I tend to just elevate into some weird other plane of being. And I don't know where I am or what I'm doing, and I'm just like, and I drift all over the road. I'm like, cool. It's kind of like that Simpsons episode, but I don't have a spirit animal. Uh, so yeah, I'm at that point right now. So I'm like, oh fuck it, I don't want to do any more. The other LPs, I'll just do one of little to no consequence, and hopefully it will actually be serviceable at some point. I'm really pissed about that Akami thing. super pissed. Oh, oh, oh. That's no good. Yeah. There we go. This is why I can't have a sport bike. No, I have to keep clearing my throat because it's like I got something sitting at the bottom of my throat right now. No, I will kill this man. Trust me, I value human life very low. Oh, yeah. I will not qualify that statement. I would just sound like a creepy asshole. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 13th. Doing great. They're just driving by me like I've not got my foot down. Look at this. Look at this knobber. Campbell. Just kick it up a bit. Oh, I'm just gonna be clearing my throat out for this whole LP now. Oh, it's gonna be awful. No, no. I will list the things I ate. I was eating takeout from Indian Mexican fusion food place, which sounds like it doesn't work, but it kind of does if you just stick with one thing and just then say, "Oh, there's tacos." Shut up. Even if the tacos are literally here's Indian food with tacos, and the tacos literally just actually being mini like parafas that they've just, it's hardly like, hey, we've just put these two very different tastes together in an attempt and it's not worked at all. It's like he's taken the format and put it with Indian food. That's all he's done. So yeah, it's like butter chicken and vindaloo and tikka like tacos, and they work. They work because it's not trying to do both at once. I think that would be the mistake. The two flavors together probably wouldn't work. So yeah, I had some butter chicken tacos. I had some chicken tikka, some I think it's ashchari chicken tikka. I don't know. Oh, I'm dead. Lamb rogan Josh. Nothing too spicy this time. I'm just really tired. I don't know why. I haven't done anything all day. I've been sat editing videos for the past like 4 hours because I did like 9 sessions in a row and was like, oh yeah, this is fine. And it was like really not fine because all of them had like pops and clicks and electrical noise and hiss in them, and it took me forever to like sort all of that out. And editing my stupid throat clearing shit out. This is going poorly. Oh my god. Why does it feel like my bike's slow? Did I pick the slow bike? Look! Look at this shit! What the hell, man? Is he driving the Desmo Sedici? He's got the stripes. Feels like they're driving bikes that are like a higher level than me. They can just sail by me like I'm driving in third gear, you know what I mean? So yeah, I had a lamb rogan Josh, I had some samosas. They were pretty good, but smaller than usual. And what else did we have? We had naan bread, a lot of food. Like a bucket of lamb rogan Josh. It was a fucking bucket. Oh, and it was pretty hot, Rogan Josh, actually. Normally he's not that, like, you know, pushy with that. It was like, oh my god, this has actually got some kick to it for once. So I think, like, the guy knows me. Like, I have him on my, like, phone and we chat. And he tells me recipes for, like, tandoori stuff and things. And, like, he's always talking to me and suggesting new dishes when I'm there and, like, chatting to me about his, and he's pretty good friends with quite a few of the guys that go. And he's, like, a pretty nice guy. And I think he thinks that I like my food really spicy. I can really handle my spice because that's not the standard spice for a Rogan Josh, I don't think. And it was like, I'm like, yeah, I can handle it. It's just that I wasn't expecting it. I mean, like, normally a Rogan Josh or something like that would hardly gonna do anything to me. It's just this. I just got like, I think it's caused a build up of mucus because I'm sitting and clearing my throat. I don't know what the hell's going on. After this race, I'm gonna have to sit and take a break, try and clear this out. It's making talking quite difficult. Yeah, I ate enough food for like two people in a single sitting. Like, I ate like two meals. There was like three different starters, a main, a side, and I'd already like was eating snack cakes before that are like really shitty and really bad for me. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna. Oh, I'm alive. I can do it. I can do it. Hang on. I'm just gonna drink some tea now. Oh god, that tea's awful. Oh, I'm gonna blow my nose. Fuck this. It's all going wrong. It's all going wrong. So they're all driving the 999 by the look of it. Seeing a lot of the Fila livery. Okay, we're back. Oh, jeez. Oh. Oh, now I feel a little sick. So, fun thing as well. I've been feeling sick for the past week. Just low level nausea every time I eat anything. And it's because I ate some fucked up beans like a week ago that just didn't cook thoroughly. I felt like I was gonna be sick when I ate them, and then I wasn't sick, and then like I felt really toxic for the next day, and then finally it just kind of the feeling passed, and like to this day, like a whole week later, still occasionally when I eat anything heavy, I'm like for no real reason, and I'm just like, oh my god, what has that done to me? It's ruined me. What is this first? Is this time attack? Is head to head? Yeah, we can try it. Don't normally like liveries, it's just a personal thing. I see why people like them, but I'm just not a fan. It's just like, well, I'm not racing, so. I like the 999, except for the face. I don't like the vertical line of circular lights. It's just I hate. Oh, I hate. It sounds really strong. I really don't like the super bikes that look like bugs. I'm always like, oh. I like the ones that have like big headlamps. They look kind of like, you know, like they have a face. This just kind of looks a bit like, and the wing mirrors aren't doing much for me either. We're gonna have to put it down, back down to baby. Nah, it's just we'll try. We're against somebody. I can't read. He gets a fair amount away, and it's like, hey, that wasn't my fault. The auto drive was driving me quite slow around that corner. Now, hopefully don't hit the guy. Let's try and get this. That's not him. Maybe that one's him, the one with the red name tag. Let me just refocus for a second. I'm just going to try and do a basic task, and we're going to see if I feel a little bit better. This fly's just... There's a fly, and it's just mildly floating near my face and touching my leg and shit. You know, that kind of annoying fly shit, where it's like, there's one, and it's just doing its best to fuck with you, and you're just like, get out of my fucking face, I swear to God. Just wanna catch this guy, man. He just murdered a dude. We now have to catch him. It's a police matter. Did exactly the same thing. Oh shit, did it twice. Taking these corners wrong, everything's going wrong. Can't even get silver because I'm fucking up so much. Oh my god. Just catch him. But get in front of him for a good few seconds as well, so... Oh, fuck you, Ryan. Ass! Look at this! I'm in front of him and he's still trying to fuck with me. What do you mean, no? What do you mean, no? What? Oh, because it's got to be more than a second. I thought I had him. I did, to be fair, overtake my rival, just really late. Yeah, I don't. Oh, I'm questioning my life choices. Oh, fuck. I'm stuck in second over there. There we go. Oh. I don't even have rewind. It was too early. This is a really fucked up session. Hobbling this. Let me just... Every time I want rewind, it's like, nah, fuck you, man. You can't have rewind. And you're like, so, okay. I just want to talk. Can we just not do this right now? This is really just an LP where I talk. It's like more like a podcast. Well, now he's just too slow. Oh, that's not him, that's why. Out the way. Beep, beep, motherfucker. That's not him. Look at this zoomy asshole. Fucking zoom over here. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Oh. Oh. I can't put my foot down as fast as him. The bike slides out from underneath me. It's just... I just don't have the faculty right now to cope with this, you know? Did I win? Why did it stop me? Huh? Oh, I got disqualified. Awesome. Everyone, I got disqualified from life. Yay. Oh, I just can't. I just can't right now. Oh. No. No, this is the second time as well in my LPing career where I've just lost footage of me doing a boss fight that was... It's a boss fight, but it's like it was the first boss in the game for this one. It's not the Khan Maker boss fight, which I keep putting off replaying because it's just frustrating and not a fun boss fight where it's like, all your weapons, no, fuck you. You have to use this one, and you're like, oh, I don't wanna. GZ848, why not? And yeah, it's just like I can replay it because I was rotating my saves, I think. So hopefully I can just go back to the old save and redo the whole boss fight. I mean, it was literally barely any commentary, just me saying, hey, look, it's the boss fight. Oh, I see what it wants from you here, and explaining. But, like, it's a bit frustrating because you're just like, I spent like half an hour on that. I have to go back and play it again and try and act like it's new to me when it's not. Ugh, it's just like so many friggin' boss fights. It's always a boss fight that fucking disappears, you know? I mean, at least that's a fixed point in time, you know? It's not like, you know, it's something you prepare for, so you're like, you're, you're not exactly like, you know, you're not, like, in terms of saving, is one of those very small events in time where you often save a separate save in case you fuck up something and you're like, oh shit, this boss is much harder than I expected and I don't have enough resources, which is something I found out when I was dealing with the final boss in RE2 the first time I went through it with Leon off screen. Very first time I played it because I was like, shit, I have one hit of health, no health healing items, and I didn't expect this boss to be here, and I just have like some magnum rounds and like 2 pistol rounds. And of course, you can't beat the boss with that many rounds. So, yeah. that was really fucking hard. And then I basically, after 3 attempts, went, I cannot do this boss unless I was trying to Dark Souls it. Like, nah, I'll just do it without taking any damage ever. But obviously, like, your run and your like movement is slower the more damaged you are in RE. So it actually made it pretty much impossible for you to not take a hit. And you know, just taking one hit and getting insta killed again and again against the final boss, and it's your first time playing, and it's like standard difficulty, so it's not like it was hardcore. And they're like sitting there saying, "Why didn't you turn it to assisted mode as you're such a fucking retard at this game?" And you're like, "I don't think that's the problem. I think I just saved wrong." So I had to go back like 2 saves, and it really taught me about save rotation. I'm just hoping I remembered that for Akami now, because if it's gonna do this, it's gonna fuck me over. Yeah, so by the time this one goes up, RE3 should be coming up. So I started that. I need to edit it, and I need to put it together. So take it apart actually, because I recorded an hour and a half in a single session, so I have to edit that and check the audio and shit. That game scared me a lot more than RE2 scared me. The whole time, and I've played RE2 like 5 times, all the different campaigns, so not like all of them separately 5 times, like I've done like Leon, AB, Claire, AB, and then Claire A again for the LP. Probably done it more than that actually, because I played them all. I played through all of them once on one save on my PS4, and then I changed my profile, and now I have a different PS4 profile. So I did them all again. I think I went through it again once, and then I LP'd it again. So, it's a lot of So RE3 is starting after the Crash Bandicoot episodes. It's a very messy time on my channel, because a lot of uncompleted playthroughs of stuff, which does frustrate me, because I was kind of hoping to go playthrough, 2 playthroughs at a time, finish, then da 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 da. And like, unfortunately, a lot of the games I've been playing lately aren't the kind of games where you 100% them on screen and it's all wonderful when you finish, or it's got a clearly defined campaign. So, well, a lot of them do, it's just I'm lazy, or they're very long, you know, so I just kind of was like, oh, well, I'll do that later, it doesn't fucking matter. Like the flipping pigeon game. It's like, to 100% that game and to finally scratch it off of the list, I have to get every ending, and I just don't want to do that right now, so I'm taking a huge break from it, because it's time consuming to make, and it's not exactly fun. I'm not getting my game, you know, I'm not enjoying it, and like I want to go out and like play an actual game, you know, so it's like, it's just me clicking boxes and choosing the right answers the whole time. I think we got a lot of stuff out of that game, like a lot of stuff. More than like I would have thought from a dating game. Normally I wouldn't have gone through all of these endings anyway. I just thought, oh, these characters are actually quite interesting, you know, or like they did stuff that's kind of fun-ish. But now I'm like, oh boy, that's... You put a 3-hour ending on something and it really makes you go, oh, okay, I don't want to play this anymore. Like, you know, I did it. Oh man, I had an interview recently, and like, yeah, I was really concerned for a bit because around the time of recording, it's June here. When I'm recording, it's late June, nearly July, and the borders are at this point supposed to be reopening in Vietnam in July. So I started looking for jobs over there, just throw my hat into the ring, see how that goes. And oh, Champio, what else we got to do? Got a few on the 80s. Got a Champio and a Time Attack. Let's do a Champio. And yeah, finally, I had loads of interest. Everyone was like, "Oh boy, great! We're really desperate for a teacher. Are you in Vietnam right now?" And I'm like, "No, not right now. I'm looking for when you guys reopen." And then suddenly, nothing. They stopped talking to me, and I'm like, "Great! Is it because I'm in China, or is it because something wrong with my CV? Is it because they're looking for someone straight away and they're desperate right now? What is it?" And it's like one of them finally interviewed me. And my CV straight up says China, China, China. Like all my previous job experience, China. How the fuck am I just gonna be in Vietnam for 6 months plus, not with a new fucking job? You know? So like, I don't think they were paying attention really. So they were just going, yeah, 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 yeah. He sounds excellent because 5 years experience and all that stuff. A lot of people stop doing this job after a few years, so it's like, um, they move on or they go back to teach in their own countries and whatnot. And it's very rare to get a guy who's not just some chancer that's doing it as like an excuse to be having an extended spring break somewhere. So they're like, yeah, 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 and then like they all go get cold feet, and I'm like, well, what the fuck? Should be fine. You guys are licensed, right? And they're like, yeah. And they're like really standoffish. And then this lady interviewed me, and I said, oh, okay, oh shit, that's a pretty fucking rough crash. That guy's dead. Oh, actually felt. Uh, now my jaw hurts. Uh, yeah, and this lady was like, oh, and in the interview I said, so yeah, like, what's the problem with that? And she was like, no, no problem. It's just we're waiting to see how things go with the borders reopening, and we're going to see when China's border reopens. So we reckon that the latest it will be is September, right? Like everything will be fine by then. We might delay until September, but we have no idea what China's doing, and Vietnamese are famously not talking exactly like the best of friends with the Chinese. No one in Southeast Asia likes China. Laos straight up refuses to trade with them. But like anyway, that kind of conversation is going on and on, and then she's like, "Yeah, like we reckon between July and September it will start to be like fine again, and I'll be able to go across and get a job and shit." I'm like, "Oh, that's good to know," kind of thing, because like I was genuinely sitting here very concerned that there was like no chance in hell of me moving out of China now because of this flipping virus that every other country and every other company will be like, oh, you were teaching in China? Yeah, no offense, mate. You're not coming out of China anytime soon and teaching in, say, Japan, Thailand, anywhere else. And I was just like, oh, fucking hell, I want to leave. Like, this shit is going to be a black mark on my record forever. I'm going to be trapped in China because everyone's like, ugh, don't touch any guys coming out of China. They probably all got the virus. Because, yeah, the other countries are just going to be like that for a while. Like, real, like, ugh, virus came from here. Don't trust these. Don't trust expats coming out of this country. They may have it and be asymptomatic. But no, it's fine. Everyone's like willing to take me. take me on. They're just waiting they're doing a very watchful waiting process while they try and work out what the best option is. And it's like good because I was genuinely concerned. And also in Vietnam, I noticed a lot, and a lot of Southeast Asia, they sound really interested, and you're like, great, they're so interested. And I had this way back in 2018 when I first started interacting with these people in these countries. And they go, sure, just fill out this application form and get all this processed. Yeah, it'll be great, we're really excited. Hoping that you're going to get on board. It sounds like you're an excellent fit for the job. And I'm thinking, oh, great, this is going to be awesome. Then you don't hear from them for a month. And you're like, oh, well, like, they clearly changed their mind or found someone else. Holy shit. Geez, I could have at least said why. Just fucking say I'm the best guy for the job and then fucking disappear. And then it's like a month or so later, they're like, oh yeah, we just processed your application form. Just like, holy fucking shit. Like, you take so long to do everything. So they're just like, oh yeah, like they pass you over to HR. And every HR that I was passed over to in Vietnam that isn't the recruiter or like the head person who is like trying their best to recruit people, obviously you're out of recruitment and into HR. HR like, what? And you're just like, oh. It just goes real bad after that, and you're like, real slow. You're like, fine, so long as I hear something back. Vietnam does sound nice. So does Thailand. Ooh, not the wall again. I've kind of sort of nailed down my plan, but I refuse to broadcast it in case some of my stalkers start trying to find out where I live again. I got a serious problem with some people, like, really trying to find out where I live and, like, my phone number and shit, that I'm like, I don't really want these people to have my phone number and know where I live anymore because they're fucking creeps. They keep popping out of nowhere demanding money from me and shit. When it's like, I don't owe you shit. And they're like, no, you owe us loads. And it's like, no, I don't. Like, I don't fucking owe you shit. I made sure. I don't owe you anything. No, you owe me. So nowadays, I'm kind of like, feel like I'm on the run the whole time. And like, if I give out an address, it's like an address that's like 3 years old in a different country to where I am now. Then I go, oh, shame that parcel never came. Or I give them a PO box. The problem is, I like PO boxes. PO boxes are great. They're like this layer of protection where it's not your residential address. And in Asia, a lot of stuff, if it's like sent to your home, it might just get left on your doorstep, or there's just no post box, or some guy's going to say, yeah, I'm that guy, and nick it. Like, especially in Hong Kong, I had to have a PO box there. PO boxes are awesome because it's straight up a separate place to where your house is. So while it doesn't count as a proof of residence address, it's really useful for if you get mail from people where you kind of don't trust those people not to just randomly show up on your doorstep, or the people who do have your address to just give it to the undesirable people who will try and show up on your doorstep. So you're just like, okay, but it still tells them what country you're in, whereabouts in the country you're in. So, for example, my PO box, I actually had it in the wrong district of Hong Kong because I was like, hey, I work near this one, and there weren't. It was more expensive to get the one in Sham Shui Po, where I used to live, because it's more central and it's Kowloon and it's a popular thing, and there was a waiting list. So I went, oh, okay, I'll get this one up in the New Territories. I think it was near Tai O or something. Something like that. Yeah, near the metro. And yeah, it still tells them roughly, where you are, even though it was the New Territories when I used to live in Kowloon, and it's a completely different part of Hong Kong. It still tells them that I live in Hong Kong. And for some of these people, I don't even want them to know shit about me, because they're the kind of people whose idea of a greeting is to try and scam and sneak your new phone number off of people without like asking your permission. Just try and say, "Oh, just give me his phone number, give me his phone number," and you're like, and those people then text me saying, "Yo, dude, this guy said he wanted your phone number. Do you even know them? Do you even want that to happen?" I'm like, "No, don't give them my phone number." And they're like, "Oh, okay, sure thing, buddy. I won't do that." But if they get it, they're the kind of people who promptly before getting blocked will start off a conversation with the language of the innocent, such as things like, "I know where you are," which just screams, "Holy fucking shit." you know, Prompted by, "Yeah, I know that you moved recently and you're living in this country now." And it's like, way to give me an anxiety attack and make me want to ditch everything I've just worked hard to achieve and immediately move again. like, way to make me want to fake my death. I shouldn't be made to feel like I have to live like that. No one should. But, it is to the point where I'm literally, refusing to tell people where I live or giving out fake addresses, because it's like, if I give the real address out, you give it to these scumbags who then just start texting me trying to find out shit and trying to demand money off of me again. Like, people have been out my life for a few years now. There's been a reason, you know what I mean? They're not good people, man. No matter what they say, they're fucking liars and pieces of shit. And yeah, that's not a fun conversation to have with mutuals with these people, you know what I mean? And you're just like, so instead of having that conversation, because I get the impression that a lot of these mutuals wouldn't be sending me Christmas packages and shit anymore if they kind of knew what the deal was, or not what the deal was. They wouldn't, if it was in any other way, they're doing it to help these fuckers out. But I'm now sitting here like, okay, can we just stick to digital gifts? Because I don't see what the problem is with just sending each other a Steam gift or something, PlayStation card, I don't know. Something nice, something that I can actually enjoy without fear of my life. I mean, these fuckers, they're really bad people, man. Like, real bad. I don't want them to know where I live. Not that I did anything. I'm not, on the run or on the lam or anything, Just assholes. Sometimes you cut assholes out of your life because they're assholes who suddenly start demanding shit off of you, where you're like, you have no right to be demanding this shit. They're like, nah, you owe me thousands of pounds. And they're like, what for? Yeah, just you do. And you're like, well, fuck off. Show me where I spent that money. You can't. You're making up bullshit. So yeah, PO boxes are great. they're like the VPN of the real world. They tell you a little bit, but they only tell you so much. Obviously, they have to have something like, say, if I was living in Vietnam, Hanoi, it'd have to say a post office in Vietnam, Hanoi, PO box number, da 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 da. So you'd at least know that I was in Hanoi, Vietnam, or could regularly enter Hanoi, Vietnam to check my PO box. So I'd have to be very near to that city, if not in the city. But they're just pretty useful, actually. A lot of services PO boxes give that you don't realize. When a parcel's a signed for parcel, and the Royal Mail motherfucker, if you're British, or whoever, the UPS man, whatever, DHL, they come at the worst fucking time in the day when you're obviously going to be at work if you have a standard 9 to 5, and they knock on your door, shove a letter through your door saying you missed us, and run away as fast as they can and say you got to go pick it up at the distribution center now. That shit's universal, by the way. That happens to me everywhere. The equivalent in China is the delivery people just spamming your phone, and then if you don't answer within 30 seconds, hanging up and driving away, going, tee hee hee, he didn't answer, no refunds, and you're like, what the fuck? Yeah, that's their equivalent. Um, not fun. Yeah, PO boxes. It gets sent to the PO box, and then if it can't fit in your PO box because they're about letter size, unless you pay for a bigger one. So unless it's a very small parcel that's quite thin, it's not going to go in. Like a jiffy bag, maybe go in. But the best thing about PO boxes is if those signed for documents or like signed for parcels go to your PO box and you're obviously not there to pick them up in person, the guy will go, "Oh, I have this. He's not here though because it's a PO box," and they'll be like, "Don't worry, we'll handle it." And they keep it behind their desk. They then put a note in your PO box saying, "We received mail for you. We are holding on to it here." And you just go to the guy, show your ID to show it's your PO box, and say, "I got this." And they'll go, "Oh yeah, sure." And then if there's any surcharges that you missed, they ask you to pay it first, and then they give it back to the guys. It's so much more convenient. It's like, if you can get one that's nearest your home, I would highly recommend it for receiving any mail that's like Amazon kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Where it's like, it always comes at that time when you're not at home. And like, my biggest life hack would be for postal shit, because postal services piss me off so chronic. I'm fed up of calling and emailing people in 10 different languages trying to work out, using dodgy translation software, saying like, "Sorry, look, I wasn't there, can you try redelivering, I'll be there soon." "No, go to our distribution center. It's shut though because of COVID." "Oh yeah, okay, we'll try and resend. Do you want to pay a fee to get it resent?" "Yes, whatever, I'll just make sure I'm here next time." "Can you tell the guy to text me because I don't understand spoken Chinese very well, especially down the telephone line, because it's really distorted then." And they're like, "Oh, okay, yeah, sure, we'll tell him to message you." On the same number? "Yeah, the same number." Like, you know, that whole hellish kind of nightmare. You basically get rid of that entirely if you just open a PO box, because it's like, then you just go to the guy and you say, "Yeah, I got this." You hand him a slip from your thing, and then he just goes, "Oh yeah, oh yeah, I'll go find that for you now," and it just cuts out all of that. We'll see. You go to the distribution center, we missed you, we'll try and redeliver one more time, and it will be like a time where you basically have to take the day off work to receive a parcel, which is bullshit, let's face it. Like, much more convenient, especially if it is near somewhere where you work, because it's like, "Oh, I'll check my PO box on the way home. I'm pretty sure I should have received something by now," you know? Yeah, I kind of feel like a secret agent too. You know, I'm just gonna go to the dead drop site and just pick up my stuff. But like, you know, it's not exactly like it's like you can use that as like a secret agent. It straight up has your fucking name on it. It's tied to your Hong Kong ID if you're in Hong Kong, or whatever ID in other countries. And it's just like, you know, it's not exactly anonymous, but it's like, it's just so much more convenient. That is my life hack of the day. Big life hacks. Uh, I went over, and now he's angry. Yeah, I'm full of dumb life hacks that are actually like, no one tells you this shit, especially if your parents aren't like the kind that would have known about that themselves to start with. You know what I mean? It's like, some shit you're just like, "Oh, I didn't realize this." Like, other things that like I literally was just taught my whole life, and it just turns out that my parents were super like, either super lazy and were lying to me because they didn't want to do something, and thought it wouldn't ever come to repercuss, or straight up didn't know for some other reason. Um, you can clean leather jackets really easily, actually. It's just a case of sitting down and hand washing them. Just hand wash the fabric parts. There is special leather cleaners, but in most cases, unless you've done something to heavily stain the leather, which is very strange if you have, you can just clean the fabric and that normally get rid of any smells because all of the insides are normally fabric, and that's what's going to be absorbing your sweat and stuff like that. Now, you're supposed to do something to the leather to care for them all of the time. I didn't know this. You can't just put polish on them. You've got to do something really complicated. There's special leather cleaners, and there's places where you can go and take them that will detail them properly if you're uncertain. Definitely do that if you're one of the guys who actually has authentic leather jackets, because they are expensive as fuck. They are very difficult to replace, and a good leather jacket is very essential for a motorcyclist. Really, some form of leathers anyway. Preferably reinforced stuff like the man down here is wearing, if you're going to drive bikes like this. And they're pretty solid and sturdy. Decent leather jacket will like stop a lot of damage, like falling off of a bike. If it's a decent grade, proper leather, like one of mine is. The other one is not. The other one's like a fake super dry faux leather one. Yeah. Oh, and also you can clean Caterpillar boots. That suede is cleanable. It's just a fucking ball ache. My advice would still be don't wear your cat boots or your Timberlands out in the rain, because that suede gets fucked real quick. And then you have to get a special suede cleaner. Oh, and you have to like rub this cream into it, and otherwise it's got that horrible like watermark stain that makes it look like dodgy parchment for the rest of their like lifespan. Yeah. Important shit. If your toes of your boots get scuffed and you polish them regularly, get like a dust cloth, like those yellow dusters, or like a rag you don't care about, or a chamois or something. Probably not a chamois; it's a weird material and they're quite expensive. And just rub a load of polish into the bit where it's chafed and really worn down and scuffed, and it will normally help like prevent further damage from it and make it look better. Life hacks that my parents were too lazy or stupid to tell me. I got a lot of this built up because my kind of family were the kind of family where they're like, you can't wash woolens, they'll just shrink, and then never learn to operate a washing machine past from, I turned it on. And you're like, there's straight up a woolen setting on most washing machines. If your washing machine is old or doesn't have that option, just hand wash it. You can still in most countries buy hand wash soap that's like washing soap. If not, use a little bit of mild detergent. Do it in the sink. Make sure the sink's clean first. Warm water. Agitate slightly. It's not that hard. And it doesn't even take that much time. It takes like 5 minutes. Yeah, I win. Okay, I'm just going to do some changes, and then we'll do another session of this in a minute. I just need to turn on some lights and drink something. Drink some water.